I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice.
The way the law goes, like being undetectable, like I really don't have to like disclose my status.
Some people that are HIV positive feel like they don't need to disclose their status with those that they're dating.
Obviously, like dating, like prior to me being HIV positive, you know, I was in my slut era and, you know, I was living my best life and whatever, like figuring out what I enjoyed. And as soon as I like I put HIV positive on my, like on my profiles or like disclose that to people, it's just like, people don't want to touch you.
Right.
And that has gotten better, but like, you know, it's still unfortunate. Like,
of course.
I remember being on a date with someone. It was just like a first date, but like I knew like it wasn't going to be anything, and I felt like it was like hookup vibes. And so I brought him back to my place, and we were making out, and you know, kind of getting hot and heavy. And then I was like, okay, like I need to tell you something. Like I'm HIV positive. And I remember he like looked at me, and it was like I murdered him. And he started like getting like very verbally abusive and started freaking out at me. And I'm like, I have this person in my like home. I was like, I thought he was going to beat the shit. And I had to like get him out of my house. He was like, I can't believe you wouldn't tell me. And like
I'm doing that right now.
Yeah. Like, and I'm like, we're trying to educate him. And he's like, you gave me HIV, and like was just like losing his mind. And I'm like, no, that's not possible. Even if I bled on you, like in an open wound, like that wouldn't happen. I'm undetectable. And like, you know, but he just like didn't want to hear it. And like, you know, eventually I got him out of my home, but it was just like, it was so scary. Like, so, you know, there's just like a lot of these things that unspokenly can kind of happen, like it escalates so quickly into like other things too.
That's so sad that people's perception of you as like a person change.
Yes, totally.
Like you're written with disease and like they can't touch you, they can't speak to you, like you lie to them, you deceive them, like all of these different things where actually you were trying to be very honest with them, and you were just trying to have like a regular conversation, educate them, and also you hadn't done anything to them.
Now
no, he did do something wrong. As far as I'm concerned, a kiss was too much. He should have told that man while they were still at the restaurant, so the man could have made an educated decision on whether or not he wanted to proceed. It is too much stuff going on. And I'm sick and tired of people, you didn't do anything wrong. You were trying to educate him. Why are you trying to educate him after you done had your tongue in his mouth? Don't educate him after y'all done got hot and heavy. Educate him before. To me, he also trying to deceive the people he dated. Because what he saw was when he put his status in his portfolio, his dating pool shrunk. And he didn't like that. So he took it out. It is that person's decision to make. It is not yours. Let them make the informed choice so they can stand on business. So they can be okay with whatever outcome there is. I have a low tolerance for stuff like that. They're good enough for you to be intimate with. They're good enough to know your status. Regardless of whether you positive or not, you need to share your test results with the person that you're trying to hook up with. Most recent test results. And once you do that, you need to use protection. It is too much stuff going on.
Like the way the law goes, like being undetectable, like I really don't have to like disclose my status. And you think about it, like anyone that you meet on your first date or if like you're hooking up, like are you like, I have diabetes, I have high blood pressure. You're not telling them any of this shit. It's just like, I don't necessarily think that like, you know, where HIV is now, like if you are undetectable, like you don't necessarily like have to disclose that. I don't think you're putting anyone at any risk that you have to like necessarily go through that, but it's because of the stigma and shame that I feel like I have to disclose. People would look at that as betrayal. It is. Even though I'm not putting them at risk.
Do you think people should care if someone they're dating discloses to them that they have HIV?
I don't think they should. Because again, like I always like tell people that like have, you know, a bit of an issue with it or whatever. Like I can see them like getting activated when it is disclosed. Is you have to understand, like, if I don't take care of my health, I'll die.
Right.
So by you having sex with me, you're probably having sex with like one of the safest people you could possibly have sex with. Because like I don't want to die. So like I'm taking care of myself. You don't know about the random who says that they don't have HIV. True. You don't know what their history is. Like I literally like, you know, when I was single, I was getting tested like every single month for STIs because it's just like I'm so hyper fixated on my health and like maintaining my health because I'm not ashamed anymore of like taking care of my sexual health because I've healed through that. But you don't know how everyone else is. Most people are still living in their shame around their sexuality and health, regardless if they're out or not, you know?
That's cap. And I'm so sick of them. Yeah. No, you disclose your status with me. And you let me make the decision of whether or not I want to date you. I'm like the most healthiest person. According to who? You? You're not the most healthiest person. You have a serious disease. If you were the most safest person in the world, you wouldn't be walking around with HIV. You wouldn't. If you was that serious about your health, you wouldn't have got it. Now, some of y'all gonna get my comments saying, oh, well, you can catch it in multiple ways. He caught his probably during his slut era. Be so freaking for real. You don't know about this random person that said that they don't have it. They should know. They should know. If they plan on being intimate with them, that is their job to find out what this person has. You're not an anomaly. You are not special. You need to tell people. I don't care if you got HSV1 or HSV2. You too need to share your status with people. I get so sick and tired of people making excuses. You have a certain responsibility to other people. You understanding the stigma that's out there is even more reason why you should be very clear with what position you are in. And let them decide. There are a lot of people, and I'm not talking about him, I'm talking in general. There are a lot of people out here that are positive and not telling the people that they're being intimate with that they have this disease. They have this disease and they feel like they don't need to tell them. And they're infecting other people. They're infecting their wives. They're infecting their husbands. They're infecting their girlfriends or boyfriends. And they're walking around like it's okay. And then a person gets sick and they find out that they got it. Because they trusted this person with their health. And they were deceived. They love you and they really want to deal with you. And they have that type of risk tolerance that they don't mind being intimate with you. And they're aware and educated of the risk. And they still decide to proceed forward. Good luck to y'all. Just be safe. I know it's people that are out here that are positive and their partner is not, and they still were able to have kids. But there are precautions that need to be taken. And you knowing that you're undetectable is not enough.
So true. That's such a good point. The random person that is like presumably healthy.
Totally.
Or they would assume that they're healthy just because like,
exactly.
nothing's coming up for them in terms of like, I don't feel anything. Yes. Like they could totally have something that's just 100%. Like they're unaware of.
Exactly.
And they're going around living their life, like not disclosing anything to anybody, not getting tested. And they're actually technically more of a danger or more of a risk.
Absolutely. When I would be messaging guys on Grindr, and I'd be like, when was the last time you got tested? They'd be like 6 months ago, 8 months ago.
That's so long ago.
And I'm like,
too long.
You're on Grindr.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're hooking up with people every week. Like, don't. Like, 8 months? Like,
no, for me, show me a photo.
Yeah.
Like, I
show
want to
me
see
the
your
results.
results.
Totally.
Yeah.
With the date.
I feel you. Because it's just like, people are not taking it seriously. And that's why.
The person that they're describing is an irresponsible person that is not taking care of their health. That's being active and not actively getting tested. That's risking their lives and risking others. And that's not okay. So they're not presumably healthy. They're a walking red flag that needs to go somewhere and sit down. There are a lot of STDs out here that you do not want to catch. You don't want to catch a forever disease. And it don't have to be an STD. It could be a baby. And now you stuck with a fool forever. Because you got to raise this child together. But all jokes aside, people, please be careful.
I'm HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection? Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me, let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step? Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself? No, baby, that is not my responsibility. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, love you, bye.
I don't know you from a can of paint, but you decided to post this on social media and tell me that you were positive. So why can't you tell the person that you do know from a can of paint that you were positive? Why are you allowing someone to treat you, put their tongue in your mouth and treat you like a random and try to raw dog you when you know that you're positive? And you could possibly catch something from them as well. Because let's be perfectly clear, just because you're positive doesn't mean that you have the same strand. And you can pick up someone else's strand as well. So both of y'all trifling as far as I'm concerned. If you're still participating in hookup culture and you know that you are positive, you need to disclose that information with the people that you want to be in an intimate relationship with, regardless of the time frame. And yes, I do agree with her that you should not be trying to raw dog people you just met because you don't know them. And you shouldn't trust other people with your health. You are responsible for your health. And when I say that, I mean that you need to be very cautious and understand that there are people out here with her mentality that just don't care. And if you catch it, they feel like they have it. And if you catch it from them, then that's on you. Because you should have been looking out for yourself. You should have took the necessary precaution. That's on you. Join the club, right? That's how they feel. This is also a reason why I don't like cheaters. Because they put your health at risk as well. Please be careful.